And we're back. Welcome back to Let's Roleplay. So we're picking up where we left off with us watching the tent Adam just went into in order to try and see if his contact shows up this evening.
While we're waiting, Lee is going to be checking on the party to see if the concussions are looking particularly bad. You know, looking for blown pupils, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Doing what sort of pressure point magic he can.
Yeah, considering it's all moderate injuries, I imagine it's mostly just scrapes, bruises, some pulled muscles and stuff, but nothing too permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, ow, I have been hurt.
Yeah. This is more along the lines of just, him being, a professional stuntman. He takes this shit seriously.
Makes sense. So I imagine there's a slight time jump. It's approaching dark.
Yeah. Night is coming.
Yeah. So, what are we even going to get out of this guy at this point?
A crossbreed of an elephant and a rhino?
What?
Hell if I know.
Yeah. MCA shrugs and says, at this point I mostly just want to know who this guy, what this guy's deal is. After everything that's happened, I'm having a lot of trouble, just believing the kindness of strangers, especially ones associated with the troop.
Yeah. I suppose. Yeah. I mean, even if they don't really provide anything, we always have a backup plan.
Yeah. She
burn it all down and run.
Yeah, so I was like, that's that plan's been going real well so far. Just bring all this stuff crashing down through violence.
Lee just goes, why have we been using Plan B as our first plan?
They mostly just keep on running into situations where Plan A, try and get to the bottom of things non-violently, hasn't really been panning out so great. We're either really bad at this whole detective thing, or the people we're investigating are really bad at the open communications. Possibly both. Probably.
Lee shrugs and goes, I mean, I'm a paralegal. Maybe was a paralegal at this point. And we left the actual detective behind.
Wow. MC snorts at that.
You say that, but I'm right here.
Lee smirks at MCA's snort. We've got the actual competent assistant along, on the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, friend. I didn't forget you.
Yeah. Looks back at the tent. Well, let's see how that works out for us.
Now, there is a glow coming from inside the tent. You can see, shadows dancing on the back end of it. There is generic chatter, it looks like. If only you had a clock, or some kind of watch to tell the time because of how fucking, annoying it is.
Lee looks down at his now watchless wrist. It's 1/4 a hair.
What?
He points at his wrist and goes, I'm used to looking down at my wrist and watch. I was making fun of myself. Besides, I don't know how to read this thing very well. It's 1/2 a freckle.
She, NZA just shakes her head and
I love the dead silence here.
Yeah. And then just squints at the tent. If nothing happens soon, we should probably use the cover of night to try and get out of here.
Do we steal their car?
What? No, we steal someone else's car.
What? Whose car?
She looks at Fran like, are you for real? Like, then like points to like past the tent city to the metropolitan area we're in the middle of. Do you seriously think there's no cars in this city?
True, but I don't know.
Look, we had to get out of here, and like trying to escape a city that's rapidly going into lockdown is not going to be that easy on foot.
That's fair, but at the same time, wouldn't it just draw more attention if we just performed Grand Theft Auto in front of everything? I mean, it's not like we have much money left.
Yeah, so we can buy a car, or we can, with the money we don't have, we can steal a car, or we can try and walk out of here. It's not exactly a lot of great options, and right now the stealing a car option at least gives us a pair of wheels and allows us to move a little bit faster.
Lee, you notice Adam actually making his way out of the tent.
Yeah.
Hey, heads up, he's moving.
And he vaguely walks towards the direction of the bathroom area, and then basically sneaks his way around and starts heading the other way.
Following.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, time to follow.
Alright, so this is a sneaking mission.
Yes.
We'll have to procure weapons on site. So that's a positive 3 on being sneaky. So yeah.
Positive 1 for Lee.
That is a positive 4 for Frank.
Very sneaky.
Super sneak. That's her highest stat.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you disappear into the night, and Adam is sort of walking. Well, I should say less walking and more like a slight stumble. It seems as though he might have gotten a bit buzzed during this time. You're not sure why, especially since he said he didn't want to drink earlier, but whatever. He makes his way into a dimly lit tent on the far side while you all followed. Not many people are around, mostly, people who are having late night conversations, so they aren't really paying attention much. But you make your way as he sits inside of a pretty dark, tent area. Do you sit with him, or?
Well, I'm not gonna go out and join him, but I'm gonna be watching. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, are you here? And then the dim light becomes brighter as a lantern brights up with a cloaked figure. You assume it's the same man that you saw before, although it is different thick clothing covering his body head to toe. Yeah.
Yeah. Like look at the others and all right, what's our play?
We could just go in.
We did talk to him openly last time.
Yeah, and then in between then and now, we ended up, we crossed paths with a troop, and they led a entire battalion of suits, to us.
Well, says Lee, pointing at a oil barrel with fire in it. There's a fire right there, so I can burn that clothing right off of him, and then you can punch him in the face with the power of the sun. If things get hinky.
I suppose that's an option.
Okay, so we have our plan B, and we're not going to use it first.
Yeah, let's avoid that one for now.
We'll see for how long.
Lee sighs and goes, MCA, our allies are getting real light on the ground. I think we need to take the risk.
she frowns and stares back at Adam and the figure and mutters, "I don't think, I wouldn't, I'm not so sure I consider them our allies." But she, just then stands.
Lee sighs as well and goes, "I'm not so sure I consider them our allies either." But he points at the three of them. There's us.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be able to do much on our own, so we need to reach out somehow.
Yeah. You hear a bit of important thing. Like you're just perk up while you're whispering your plans here as the heavily clothed figure mentions the order.
And MC immediately ducks back down again and perks up. Hello.
Look, says Lee. I'll go ahead. Go out there and watch. You cover.
Hold on. I want to know what they're talking about before they know we're here.
Adam, Adam, you need to make sure you have more than just yourself at this point. And then, and Adam responds, "I'm trying, but it's really hard to find people here. I have my dad, but you don't want to talk to him, and the rest of the team. But obviously, if you don't want to talk to my dad, you don't want to talk to them either. But it's just hard to find friends and allies in a conversation about killing people, and especially if you want to create a weird conspiracy to destroy a bunch of organizations that a lot of these people are involved in."
Lee just goes ahead and stands up and starts walking.
Are you walking into the...
Yeah, Lee's going ahead and walking into it.
Hello?
Lee goes, "Oh, please tell me you remember my face. I know I'm covered in ash."
Huh. What about the other ones?
It's been a rough night. Look, I'm here. What's going on?
I imagine Lee at that moment is sitting quickly, slumps down on the chair.
Actually, the funny thing is, just because the whole acting thing, I literally just went ahead and slumped down a little bit and put my hand on my chin as I was doing that.
Is Cass here?
Around.
I see. How much did you end up hearing?
Something about the order, going ahead and taking down, in a bunch of groups, killing, the fact that you don't want to talk with his daddy.
Yeah, that's... Okay. Well, that's all information that I probably would have told you all anyways. I kind of want to have them here for this, but whatever.
Look, I'll pass on whatever I can.
Okay, well... There's a lot of stuff that's going on. The Order's finally moving in to do a bunch of shit. The troop, as you probably already know, is down to the leans. And
Lee actually smiles a little bit at this.
Well, its leans is still most of the big names. So, yeah.
Lee just mouths the words "overrated."
Yeah. Yeah. And then, obviously, the other groups are making their play here soon. It's a real shit fest. And what I'm saying is that we need to move soon. I've gotten word that Alan Sanders and B are going to be around the same area soon, in a couple states over, and
Lee gets a thinking look on his face. Wait, you don't mean... And he says B's Chinese name.
See, you can tell whoever this is doesn't speak Chinese.
It's a big shrug. No idea.
I don't... If you mean by B, then yes. I don't...
Maybe it's nothing. Just, creepy old ant.
Yeah,
An armed old cunt.
Either way, both B and Alan are going to be in the same area, and which means there's going to be blood. A lot of it. From both sides. And what I'm thinking is that the best way for us to actually tear down the big threats here is to talk with them. Get them on our side.
Lee holds up a finger, starts to say something, and then goes, okay. You want to talk to perhaps the most narcissistic actor ever to grace the face of the planet, and this B person who you think if they come into contact, there's going to be massive amounts of blood shed.
Yes, but...
And you want to get them on the same side?
Look, if it's the right people and explained in the right way, I'm sure it can work out. They used to be friends. They used to be my friends. He stops as if he accidentally said something wrong. Look, they used to be friends, and they used to work together, and they used to.
And now they hate each other enough that they are going to spill blood if they come into contact.
Yes, but
and
it doesn't have to be that way. Look, MCA, a part of your group, I already know is heavily knit with the Order. I know that, and I'm sure that both. There's a reason why I wanted someone from all these organizations to be together, is so that it's much easier to get them to talk.
Okay, so your plan was, and he starts ticking this off on his fingers. You're the representative of the troop. MCA would be the representative of the Order. Adam here is the representative of his father's group.
Adam looks kind of offended. His response seems to be that he doesn't really have a placement at all.
Well, Lee is not, familiar with his father's group, and unless you're part of some other secret society that I should be knowing about.
He's not.
And were you planning on bringing in a member of the Suits?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because after what went down, he tilts his head over that way. That's going to be a bit of a trick. And then, who else were you planning on bringing in? I'm certain there's got to be some other group of assholes who want to keep this secret war going.
Either way, I know what your original group was. There was someone who, was a part of the Masterworks company. That's Mallory's company.
Mm-hmm.
There was you, who's a part of the Easy Corporation. MCA is a part of the Order. Edward has some ties to the Suits, and you know, all over the map. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that there won't be bloodshed. All I'm saying is that there can be at least a truce until we can take out the bigger threats. And, I'd prefer for it to be as bloodless as possible.
And your bigger threat in this case is, because as far as I can tell, everyone just going ahead and hiding behind the scenes is the problem here.
Blue Sky and Mallory. They're all big threats, and they all need to be taken out, but it's much easier to take out the bigger ones first.
Lee goes ahead and, steeples his fingers. Look, I'm going to level with you. I am not in this to maintain the status quo.
Uh-huh.
This needs to end.
Your point being?
That being said, I'm willing to go along with quite a long shot if necessary. So, we've lost a lot of the links that we could have used at one point. Fair?
Mm-hmm.
How does your plan adapt for that?
I'm going to be honest, I've not entirely figured that out.
Okay. Well, how much time do we have to bring the storm?
A little while, I guess, till daylight.
Okay. Then we need to figure out who we can bring in, who we can safely push out, keep on the sideline, keep a non-factor in it, and how we're going to take down the big threats.
I feel like we should have more people in on this.
I don't disagree.
Can you get your... Hold on. Can you get the rest of your group to... Fucking bullshit. Alright, can you get the rest of your group here so that we can actually talk about this?
Yeah, sure, I'll talk to them.
No, I'm not saying that you should relay
No.
this
As he starts saying that, at Liga goes, "Did you hear that? I'm talking to you guys."
MCA just glares and slips back into the darkness.
I talked to them.
He just sits silently.
MCA is busy moving around to where behind where the figure is, and is waiting for him to leave the circle of light.
I don't want to have this conversation unless I have everyone.
Lee goes ahead, reaches into the vest and pulls out the flask and goes, "Well, I brought what I brought."
Mm-hmm. Right.
Look, here's the simple fact of the matter. I'm not the organizer. I'm not the leader. I just go ahead and help out. So, like I said, I'll go ahead, I'll talk, I'll try and sell what you've got, but I can't make any promises. But he goes ahead and raises the flask and makes a toasting motion. I would suggest that you figure out how to be flexible about all this.
Well, I'm willing to wait, if you are. And he pulls out a pack of cigarettes and takes one out. And then he also pulls out a lighter, then lights it. I don't know why I said that so awkwardly when it's literally him just lighting a cigarette. And he uncovers his lips a bit, to actually smoke it.
By the way, from what I can see, does this actually appear and sound like the same person that we met at the previous campsite?
Yes, this does sound like the same person. I did mention that they are wearing different thick clothing, but yeah, he is very much the same person. Yeah, same stature, same, build. I guess stature is also build, but...
Yeah, so, Lee just, as they wait, goes, so, where were you during the whole pillar of smoke?
I refuse to say, unless someone else is here.
Oh, come on, I'm trying to go ahead and kill time.
Mm-hmm. And you certainly are.
Yeah, my poor watch.
And then Adam's like, how long has that been broken?
It at least starts doing some mental math. Objectively... How long have we been since the actual fight?
A few hours.
And, Lee gives a few hours subjectively. It feels like it's been months.
So
concussions, hell of a thing.
So like right after the explosion, then.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly when it happened. It was a little busy.
That's fair. Do you want to hand me that?
He flips it over. Knock yourself out.
Yeah. MCA, where are you in all that?
She's literally going to wait until he leaves the circle so that she can talk to him one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, until that happens, she's just going to kind of wait just outside of the light, like leaning against a tree and watching him.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Frayne is in the same position as the beginning.
Yeah.
But let me roll a thing real quick.
Right.
So I can see if he's going to use his bullshit. Oh, that's pretty nice, I guess. Okay. So the watch is functioning again after a little bit of time. The silence is still not broken. It was really just clicking, and the figure has whittled down his cigarette to basically a nub, and he throws it against the ground and stomps on it. And then Adam hands you back the thing.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome. It still has cracks in it, but it should work now. Yes, it's not set, but...
Lee just starts fiddling with it to get it set. Do you have the time?
No.
Starts getting it to something approximating the time, and leaves it alone to actually set it later.
Yeah. Yeah, the figure goes, it's been long enough. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go. Since we're clearly not gonna have anything.
Well, that's up to you.
Mm-hmm. And he gives a look at Adam before leaving the tent.
Yeah, as he steps away from the tent, MCA lights a match and touches off a cigarette.
Hello.
Hello. Been meaning to talk to you.
Yeah.
She takes a puff of the cigarette and then offers the match out towards him. Need a light?
Well, I just finished one, but sure.
She holds her hand out with the match pinched between two fingers, and watches as he approaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does the thing, Smuckers do. Put it in their mouth and then lean in with the cigarette.
She lights but as she does so, she kind of lifts her hand a little bit to illuminate more of his concealed face.
You see that he's wearing goggles and like cloth over everything, but his mouth is bearded.
Yeah, she quirks her her mouth quirks up in a wry smile. You people really do cover up, don't you?
I mean, it's kind of required. Yeah. When he speaks, you can see a bit of fangs underneath in his mouth, like for brief times. If you're noticing that.
Yeah. She kind of looks at him and says, "I've been close to vampires before, but never ones who, stayed alive as long as you have."
Well, not every vampire wants to be one.
Yeah, well, it seems to be working out for you. Money, power, respect, fame. Kind of begs the question of why you're doing all of this.
He sort of looks down. Yeah.
Yeah, she waves the match, plunging them back into darkness. There's something I just can't figure out about you. You got Adam, trusting. You've got the others at least willing to give you a shot, but you're not telling us everything.
Yeah.
She, puffs on the cigarette, like illuminating her face very lightly with the glow, and says, I've read the files on all the members of the troop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you are who you say you are.
Yeah. Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
Cigarettes are bad for you.
She snorts. Yeah. Well, I had I had some shitty parents, and she takes another puff. One of whom I hear you're planning on killing.
What?
She nods at the tent. I was listening. You got B and Alan lined up in your crosshairs.
Oh, yeah. Not really planning on doing that.
Bullshit. She takes the cigarette and stamps it out against the tree. I don't know what fucking game you're playing, but I'm sick of getting jerked around by people. There's no way you're doing this all of the goodness of your heart, and I kind of doubt that you're setting all of this up to try and talk to one of your one of the troop's greatest enemies, and your boss without having some sort of ulterior motive.
I fucking wish I could tell you.
She glares and kind of just kicks the back of the tree with her boot. You have a real problem, man. You know that? You want us to trust you. You want us to go along with your plan, and you won't tell us goddamn anything. You only tell us exactly as much as we need to hear to, want to believe you.
Okay. Do you ever have that feeling where you've been gone for so long and you just want to finally reconnect with someone that you've crossed?
She shrugs non-committally and goes, I don't know, I burn a lot of bridges, but maybe, I guess.
Do you ever feel like you could undo it all? That some one big bad event sort of caused a chain reaction of horrible shit to go down, and you just wish you could go back and undo it, but you have to live with the consequences, constantly running from your fears, because you know that one slip up and you're just fucking dead the next second.
Yeah, MCA like starts trying like putting on like sort of a sneering like yeah whatever dude fuck off thing, and then that kind of falls away and she just sighs and nods. I know that feeling.
Yeah. He suddenly hugs her.
Like, yeah, MCA just like looks suddenly very startled and doesn't really react aside from just sort of like looking around like what?
I'm so sorry.
I mean, why?
How old is MCA again?
She's in her like late 20s, early 30s. Let's say 31. She's really 31.
I don't think she's 31 at all. I think she's younger than that. That would make her the eldest.
I don't have a set age for her.
She's like
she was born partly before part 1, so however long the campaign's been going on, plus a year or two.
Yeah. I think she's like 23.
Okay, 23.
Like 23, 24. Yeah. She's like 23 years, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, my life's been pretty shitty. I appreciate the hug, but I mean, like, no offense, but I mean, like, you know, I don't think you really have that much to apologize for. I mean,
no, I do. He suddenly grabs the cloth covering his face and he removes it.
Yeah.
And a big dramatic reveal.
Yeah. And like MCA's eyes suddenly go wide as she starts like pulling back away from him and says, "You're Tom."
That's loud enough for everyone in the
yeah, like big dramatic like declaration of Tom.
As he pokes his head out,
like her shock and confusion are turning like really quickly to a pretty fucking like big old anger as she starts clenching her fist. You're Alan. You're not just a goddamn vampire. You're Alan's right hand man. You're the motherfucker who betrayed B.
I didn't betray her on purpose.
Oh, you son of a bitch! And she, starts like pushing away at him. Like, give me one good goddamn reason I shouldn't kill you right now.
You don't.
She lifts her hands and like you can kind of see like her muse materializes as she like goes to attack, but like can't seem to bring herself to do it. Like something about the fact that he's just standing there, not attacking back, defending himself, and the fact that he just gave her a hug out of seemingly nowhere has her like kind of like caught in a loop where she wants to attack, like she wants to like lethally attack, but can't bring herself to actually do it. And so she's just sort of like standing there shaking and clenching her fists.
I felt dead for the past 20 years.
She like just spits on the ground.
No matter what you fucking do, I won't change anything.
No.
And I don't think I can change anything. I just want to help create something better for you. Well, for everyone else. When I first had you and your brother, I wasn't old enough for fatherhood.
What the hell are you talking about?
You have a brother.
No, I don't.
Yes,
I'm a child.
You do.
The fuck? And he's just like now looking around, like genuinely confused and genuinely like having trouble processing what's
He's your half brother.
Yeah. What the? How would you know that? And why would you?
Because I had him first.
The fuck are you saying? She starts backing up and And because she was like leaning against a tree before, it very quickly stops as she hits the back of the tree, and just starts like looking around. Like
Lee has a very solemn look on his face, and he's been listening to all this, and he goes, oh, "Boy, MCA, he's saying he's your father."
That is bullshit. That is fucking bullshit.
No, it's true. Why do you think the Order's been trying to keep it a secret?
She like turn like they start like rubbing her temples with their hands like that. No.
You ever notice how V keeps trying to distance you from figuring out the shit that happened in Ozzywood?
She's protective, okay? She basically raised me. Like my mother. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. You don't know anything about the Order. You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything about B. You're some asshole who fucked everything up years ago, and I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do, or what the fuck you think you're getting a game from this, but God damn it. Fuck you. No.
It's okay. You don't have to accept it, but now it's out there.
Fuck you, it's out. Fuck. She suddenly just turns around and like punches the tree. God damn it. God damn it. Ugh. She then like whirls back and points at Tom and says, like, let's just say for a second I believe you, which I don't, but let's pretend for a second that you're not full of shit. Why wouldn't you talk? Why now? Why during this race? Why not tell me or anyone?
There's a lot of reasons. Again, I've been running away from my problems a lot. Like, a lot. For my entire life, pretty much. I'm not a good person. I know that. I've never been a good father. I've never been a father at all. The first kid I had, I was basically 18 and just didn't really know what to do. And then when I had you, it brought back those feelings of worry, and because I just felt like I'd fail you again, and I ended up doing it by leaving you anyways. But
and she just sort of slides back down the tree and holds her head in her hands.
But what I'm saying is I've been around for a long time at this point, and I want to try.
Yeah, like shakes her head and then looks up and asks, "Where's the other kid? You said there was another. You said
yeah. He died in Quad City 5 years ago."
And MC just starts shaking her head and just like mouthing something that no one hears as she just like tries to process that, and then after a little while, it says, "So Edward, when he was in Quad City, back when everything went down, was it one of his friends?"
Not much is known about it, but the big explosion everyone knows about from Quad City seemed to be where he kick the bucket.
She like presses her hands back into her face and says, "Do you know if he was on a highway at any point? If he was with Edward, if he was with them?"
I think so.
Oh God. Oh God, no. No. You fucking bastard. You fucking bastard. Why are you putting this on me? Why now? Why the hell? Who gave you the right to do any of this?
I was hoping that I didn't really expect it to happen so soon. Part of me really kind of didn't want it to happen at all, but I'm kind of glad that it's kind of forced in this position. But at the same time, it's
I'm
reason why.
Real glad that you're finally happy that everything worked out the way you wanted it to. That's great.
Well, fuck MCA. If we don't fucking do something now, you know what's going to happen? Everyone you know dies. Everyone I know dies. Everyone dies. And you know who wins? The people who live. Which will be none of us.
God, you fucking asshole. You fucking asshole. So it's get over everything for the greater good, is it? That's the way this
I'm not saying you have to get over it. Fuck, you could kill me after all this is done.
You would love that, wouldn't you? You would love it if instead of having to take responsibility for any of the shit you did, you just got to die. That'd be really easy for you, wouldn't it? God damn it. You know, I believe you. I think you're a big enough asshole to actually mean every single goddamn word of all of this shit. So congratulations. I believe you, and you know what? I was wrong. I was wrong because we are gonna have to do this. We are gonna have to work together. We are gonna have to solve this fucking problem. So yeah, congratulations. You get what you wanted. As soon as this is over, I swear to God, as soon as this is over, you better not goddamn die. You owe me that much.
Yeah. I'm really sorry.
I'm sure you are. She looks over at Lee and says, "All right."
Lee nods. You said that everyone's going to die. You best elaborate on that.
Let's head back in the tent.
Yeah, MCA takes a minute before and Lee slowly gets up and...
Before Lee actually goes back to the tent to follow, he walks over to MCA. Hey, Cass.
Yeah.
Fran's got a fucking look on her surprise, like an epiphany. You know, the sort of thing of like, oh my god, I was literally like, I interacted with her fucking brother.
Yeah. Yeah, MC hasn't quite pieced that part together yet, but that's going to come.
Oh god, here comes the fist of fly and rage.
And yeah, she looks over at she looks up at Lee and just shakes her head like, I hate this entire situation. I hate this so goddamn much.
tell you what, after we're done in there, Lee taps through his vest on the flask. We can commiserate about asshole parents.
Yeah. She lifts she raises a hand to get a hand up.
He reaches down.
All right, come on. Let's go and figure out what his plan is.
Hey, as Lee pulls her to her feet, he goes, I guarantee you it's stupid. This guy doesn't think things through.
And he just like lets out the bitterest laugh. And it's like, yeah, getting that impression.
So, come on, let's go save the world. Both from whatever everyone dying is, and also from the stupid-ass plan he's got cooked up.
So as they walk back to the tent, we're hitting the hour mark, so we're going to take a little cut here unless Bleal...
I have to go to the bathroom anyways, so it'd probably be good to...
Okay, so we'll catch you guys soon.